Good morning, everyone. My name is Utoxin, and welcome back to Utoxin Plays Factorio, the game that I just can't stop playing. Alright, today, off camera, I've done a little bit of work, and I've actually made a couple changes to the mods in the pack as well. One thing I have done is I have added a mod called Quality of Life Research that lets me research, like, buffs to my player, which is mostly to help me with the recording of the series so that I can do things a little quicker. It doesn't save me any materials, it just saves me some time. Lets me move a little faster, lets me craft faster, that kind of thing. And then there were some pretty significant changes to Bob's mods as far as inserters go. So I went ahead and added the actual inserters mod from Bob's mods because his logistics mod was overriding the behavior or the crafting recipes for default inserters, and so yeah. So we now have the ability to do things like this, where we can position the pickup and drop off and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to restrict myself to only doing like long-handed inserter type stuff. I'm not going to do fancy other arrangements, at least for the time being. We'll see how long I can keep that up. My objective is to do that. And I started setting up some of the framework I'm going to need for my next section here. I doubled the output of I think these are the electronic boards is what these are. And now we're going to start making the actual, like, circuit boards up here. And it sounds like my wife is awake. Alright, so, I have no idea how much of this I'm going to build. I really don't know.
They kick her outside, sure.
She does. Alright, so we have half a belt here of this stuff. Which, that 13.33 items per second, I think is for both sides of the belt. So technically I'm getting 6 items per second on here. I may want to up this to red belt, we'll see. Because I think I have this set up. These are crafting speed 1. So these can make 5 per second. So this is 15 per second I have right here. Yeah, I'm probably going to want faster belt, but we shall see. For these boards, I need solder and circuit boards up here as well. Do I have... Let's see. We have circuit boards right here. Do I have solder somewhere? Yeah, solder is right there. Okay. So I want to bring like another belt up along here that is those two things. Okay, so we'll do like that. This will come from down below. I need an inserter, or a splitter rather, and you'll see I'm crafting much faster than I have in the past. So there we go, we'll do that. Do I have... I don't have one of those. Now I do. Okay, I need the boards. Here they are. Let's see. Boards come from down here. And I can just send a whole splitter's worth up there, that's fine. There'll be a little extra buffering on the belt, I don't care. Craft my stuff, there we go. Okay, that should pull those up here. Ooh, I'm about to start getting more tool belts. That'll be pretty nice. Okay. There we go. We now have the 4 ingredients I need. Right there. Okay. So we're going to pull these belts up just a ways. Okay. There we go. So let's look at the crafting times and stuff on these. 5 seconds. So it needs at most like 1 per second, a little less than 1 per second of those things. Okay. So I could do like 6 per side. Let's do like 6 per side. And these I can probably only craft in... Sorry about that, guys. I can probably only craft those in these. So what am I short on? I'm short on assembly machines and basic electronic circuits. Okay. Let's come over here to basic electronic circuits. And grab some iron. There we go. Now what am I short on? More iron. Okay. We'll see if that makes enough to get something worthwhile done here. Okay, assembly machines. So these are going to come out like so. So it'll come up like that. Yep, this will get me as many as I need once it finishes crafting all those things. The faster kind of crafting is really nice. Okay. There we go. Go ahead and bring this stuff up. We'll go ahead and extend it to the very end just for the sake of blueprinting later. Now I'm going to need a bunch of inserters. You'll notice I don't have like long-handed inserters and stuff in my crafting menu anymore. That's because they don't technically exist anymore, although they can... Any that were already in world still exist, but they cannot do anything. Okay, this just needs more iron. Grab a bunch of iron here. Okay. Make some more. And I'll show you how we do this with these inserters here. We'll have the upper one be the short one, I think. So these are going to be short-handed. Then we'll go long-handed on the bottom ones. Yeah. So. Alright, so I hit Shift-E in my case. Sorry, Shift-E, not Control-E. Shift-E, and then this lets me edit the positions, and I want this to be long-handed, so I'm just going to have him grab from over there. And then you can copy and paste these settings between inserters. So there, there, and there. What happens if I... Okay, good. It understands how to rotate the setting. Good. Okay, looks like I got all of those set up how I wanted. Okay, before we power this area, we need to have our output. This can come over here. And then this can come down here. And I'm going to need another batch of inserters. I think that'll give me 12. Nope. Get 2 more. There we go. Do all the outputs. Technically, I could configure these inserters to do things like insert onto the close side of the belt, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to. That is one of the things I'm going to restrict myself from doing. So, okay. Like so. Now I can set these recipes. There we go. And I will start making these boards. There we go. Excellent. Go ahead and just run those down there. Very good. Okay. And this means this build should be kicking on more. Yep, it is. Cool. Which will be kicking these builds up here on. Excellent. All right. Cool. So that is working. Research is slowly plugging away. These quality of life researches have pretty quick cycles, and so my whole labs aren't turning on because this is getting eaten up by the first few labs at the speed it's running at, but it's good enough. If we look over here, this is all looking good. Okay. Come look up here. Things are running decently. I do need to go set up another train station because we have run out of whatever was here. The copper. I had this mine here, and I don't remember I don't remember which one it's called, but that one is out. Yeah, that one is dead. Okay. So I set up another brick factory here. How's it doing? It's making bricks. And then I set up a rail factory here. Okay. Let's see. Let's just take a look. Our pollution has significantly dropped because our factory was pretty much stalled for a while. So that's good. So we've got stereotype is the one I need to make more of. Because this is coal and this is sapphirite. Yeah. So stereotype I need to make a outpost for. And it might be time to start looking at setting up dedicated processing outposts. So instead of trying to do everything all in one place, it's time to start setting up specialized outposts that help deal with one kind of thing. This is going to be a little different than how my last base went because the overall process is much more complex.
How's that?
It's just a lot more complex. So we're probably going to be doing... it's going to be a little bit more... I'm trying to think how to describe it. More city-like rather than the way the last one worked with the research outposts and stuff. I'm also not going for a high research outpost base this time. Building a high research output base in Angel Bob would be really, really challenging. And probably would cause performance issues. I'm already occasionally seeing minor FPS drops, so... yeah. Alright. So, how do I want to go about this? I probably am going to want an outpost that handles the stereotype and the... whatever this is. Sapphirite. So I'll have a processing outpost
Sounds like sapphire.
that takes those two things and outputs... What am I going to have it output? Do I want to have it output the ingot form so that I can do metal mixing? That's probably a good idea. Output the ingot form from the outpost so that I can do metal mixing stuff as necessary. Because I'm going to need to start doing a fair bit of metal mixing soon. I'm going to need to make bronze and some other alloys. Okay. Yeah. Oh, 3 hot bars now? That is so great. All right.
Were you being honest or facetious?
About what?
So great.
I was being honest.
Okay.
Why does everyone think I'm
Wasn't
being
sure.
facetious when I say that?
Your delivery just sounds facetious.
Apparently I'm just facetious.
Word of the day, folks.
No, the word of the day is defenestration, as it always should be. Defenestration is the word of every day. Let's see. This can be trimmed back. Okay. One thing I did have to tweak was my belt factory here. The red belts now take steel. So I had to rework that a little bit. It's not too bad. All right. Yeah, I think it's time to design an outpost for that stuff. Let's think about this for a second. So, if I'm taking it to ingot form, that means I'm doing the blast furnace stage, just up to the blast furnace. So I'm doing crushing, sorting, and blast furnace. Let's look and see if there's something better we can be doing as far as the early steps of that. So come to here. Steertite. Okay, I'm missing something. Or, here we go. Sapphirite. I don't know why I wasn't finding steertite.
An offshoot of sapphire.
No, dear. Alright, sapphirite ore. Processing it. What options do I have? Not much. It looks like I have to crush it. The initial stage is just crushing it, period. There is no other option, which is weird. That's cobalt. That's not what I'm looking for. Iron. No, you're not. So steertite, sapphirite. Yeah, okay. So we're taking it to crushed form automatically. Let's look at steertite just to be sure. Yeah, both of them, same thing. So then, what do we do? I could do mineral catalysts to get just iron ore out. Not terribly interested in that. If I take crushed sapphirite and add purified water, I'm going to get sapphirite chunks, some geodes, and some sulfuric wastewater. Sulfuric wastewater is actually valuable to me, so that's something to consider. This is standard ore sorting, which I'm doing now. I don't currently have Givelite or Rubite available easily. I don't know if that requires other processing. Can be smelted directly. Alright, so let's see what the sapphirite chunks get used for. They do this. Okay. They get processed in chunk sorting. And is that an ore sorting facility? That's just an ore sorting facility. They get processed like that. I could turn them into dedicated silicon ore with a crystal catalyst if I chose. Nickel ore with a crystal catalyst. Sapphirite crystals. Okay. Or ferrous sludge. I'm not going to deal with that process. So, what are sapphirite crystals used for? They do let me do that. Okay. I can then go even further to purified saphirite. In thermal refining, which I don't have yet. So I don't have thermal refining yet. But I think I want to go down this path. I think I want to go down the refining path. So based on this, I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to have... we're going to process everything down to the pure ores. In there, it'll be like I'll have a saphirite outpost. I'll have whatever the other one's outpost is. So I'll have the raw ores from the ground go into those and be processed like this. And then these can be sent to other facilities that handle the smelting. Okay. I like it. And then these can have trains that pick up the various outputs. Which will mean quite a few trains possibly at some of these, because this one is like potentially up to 6. Yes, like 6 outputs from this, plus it'll need sulfuric acid input there, it'll need some purified water. I'm curious, let's see, this outputs 20, this outputs 2 saphirite chunks. 2 saphirite chunks need 10 sulfuric acid to process. So I get... So I need 2... So I'll get 4 chunks per 100. Let's see. So I get 1 sulfur per 4 chunks. 1 sulfur gets me 50 sulfur dioxide. Okay, so I'm not sure it's quite self-supporting on the sulfuric acid, but it's close. But I'll still do that processing somewhere else. Yeah. Okay. It's also going to output crushed stone, some blue geodes, sulfuric wastewater. Alright. Yeah, and so then we're going to take a quick look. Stereotype chunks. We get yellow geodes. What do we get from those? We get, like, crystal dust. We can also get, like, crystal slurry. Can that be grown into something interesting? I can use it to make some mineral sludge. Okay. Crystal seedlings. Whatever crystal seedlings are. They're used in a crystal catalyst. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what those are used for. There's so much I don't know in Angel Bob. Then I get the crystals. Then I get the purified. Which gets me aluminum, uranium. Okay, cool. Cobalt. Yeah. I mean, how do I get tungsten ore? Gibolite and... Okay, so those will yield tungsten. Alright, so yeah, I like this processing path. I like the heading towards the purified stage, I think, is the processing path I'm going to go for. There's other ways, like if I want to specifically emphasize as an individual, I can take those and do that, but that means working with the catalysts, which sounds like a pain. So yeah. I can also do mineral sludge crystallizing that gets me specific kinds of things as well. Okay. So now we've done all that. Sorry if that wasn't terribly exciting, but I think it's important to show how I dive down into FNEI there and figure out what I need to do. Those are going to need to be moved soon. Where am I going to want to build this outpost? I should also think about, like, I should automate military research soon so that I can get into, like, what would it take to get lasers? I'm a little afraid to look in this pack, to be honest. Laser turrets. Okay, I'm close to that. That needs steel plate, basic electronic boards, and batteries. Okay. That's not too bad. What do batteries take? Battery, lead plate, plastic bar, and sulfuric acid. Okay. That's not too bad. I have most of that automated. I need to get better sulfuric acid production. I'm kind of limping along right now just on like recycling the waste output from other processes to make it. I need to get a better source of sulfuric acid. So let's take a look. Sulfuric acid is that? Yeah. There's one method to make it, which is sulfur dioxide gas and purified water. Where can I get sulfur dioxide gas from? I get it from making lead ingots. I get it from making molten lead and zinc ore. Okay, interesting. Sulfur and oxygen gas, yeah. So, where can I get sulfur from? Sulfuric wastewater, sodium sulfate. I don't know where that comes from. Hydrogen sulfide gas. I can process coal into coke and get hydrogen sulfide, but I need coal cracking for that. Interesting. Green metal catalyst. I've got acid gas, right? Do I have something making acid gas? It seems like I do. Let's go look. Somewhere over here. Let's see. It's kind of that yellow. Is that acid gas? That's acid gas, which I am currently just venting my surplus of. So what is green metal catalyst? That needs aluminum and silver ore. Okay, aluminum ore comes from givelite. Silver ore comes from crotinium, so I need to get those processing things up so that I can make more sulfuric acid. So I can make batteries, so I can make laser turrets. Got it. Okay. But I think that is a good spot to wrap up this episode, guys. For now, my name is Utoxin. This has been another episode of Utoxin Plays Factorio, and I will see you next time.